Harry was born full term, weighed £7.10, all going great. And then the day after he was born, he had a fit down his left-hand side. And they later on found out that Harry had a stroke while I was still pregnant with him, which left him with cerebral palsy down his left-hand side. Harry can't wave with his left arm, he can't use a knife and fork, he can't do buttons, he can't do zips. He finds it difficult to throw and catch and do his shoes and socks. We help him get dressed every day, don't we?
Yeah, every morning he gets dressed.
We have to watch him up and down the stairs. We help him quite a lot, really, but his right arm, he's quite clever in the fact he can try and disguise it, and his right arm always just takes over. It'd be nice to see him use the hand more and just see the change in the way he holds the arm and the way he uses himself, and just him become happier with that side, really. And that's what we'd hope to gain from the sessions.
So, both hands. That's it, hold with that hand as well, H. Put it in. Good, and then use the other hand to pull it. You can't. Okay, that's fine.
We've always said whatever the children needed, anywhere we could do it. If we could help them, then we would. And that's why we've pushed for something to be done with Harry, and that's why we've come here.
Over the last couple of years through the NHS, to develop and get physiotherapy through the NHS and the local authorities. But unfortunately they then signed him off, and we just didn't feel that was enough, it was good enough.
We didn't want our son to be written off at 3 years old. That was as good as he was going to get, really.
Oh, that's right. And we would rather in 10 years' time say we tried, than in 10 years' time say, I wish we would have done.
Yeah.
So we've got to give him again the best opportunity to see if it can work and see if it can make a difference to his life.
Harry is going to be cast on his, what he calls, good side. We've been trying to pre-warn Harry, but I think he will be okay. He's quite a good kid, so I think he will be okay, but you're just never sure how they're going to react when it actually gets down to it. Just for him to know that it's okay to use that side and to try and make that side, it's never going to be as strong as his right side, but just to try and make that side a little bit stronger and know that it's okay to use both hands together, or it's okay if he wants to try and catch the ball or throw the ball with his left side, or he wants to put his socks on himself, just to know that you can use it, it does work.
For me, it's just so he doesn't feel that he's different. And so every activity he can try, just like every other child, and he doesn't feel that he needs to sit in the corner and wait for that activity to finish.
Harry just thinks it's one big play session.
Yeah, I think 3 hours of play without realising that he's actually working on his arm, and I think that's one of the key things to it.
He's learning through play, really.
Yeah.
It's learning through play, and you think, oh, by building a tower or by painting something, you think, oh, it's just painting, but it's actually not. It's such an effort, and because you have to be so precise when you're doing things, that they are using the fine motor skills in their arm, and you see them using it more, and it's nice to see. Seeing Harry today when the cast came off has been
fantastic.
Massively rewarding. In fact, as soon as the cast came off and we'd cleaned his arm, he went over to play with a toy and used his left arm without being asked. He just automatically went for that arm, so hugely rewarding, hasn't it? Yeah, really good. He's never moaned about the cast or anything, has he?
No. And also the friendship that he's brought up in the last 3 weeks with Nikki and Tamsin and the team, it's been great. He's not been afraid of any of it, and he's been...
They've encouraged him every step of the way.
If you said to a child, you're going to hospital for 3 hours a day for the next 3 weeks,
Yeah,
it would be difficult. But this isn't.
no.
But he's getting great treatment, great friendships.
But that's made it easier for us, hasn't it?
Of course it has.
Because we've
Yeah.
all kind of like gone through this journey together,
Yeah.
and that's made the journey for you and I a lot easier, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
it has.
The changes in Harry and the things that he can do now that he couldn't do before, use a knife and fork and cut some food up and feed himself,
Button his shirt,
button his shirt, zip
up.
write his name with that hand and draw. We've been drawing animals and like little jungles and things, paint, locks, jigsaws. He can do things to time. We've been making like funny faces when he's had to do them to time and use his arm. He's been lifting weights, throwing and
Just
catching.
everything he would need to do to be a 4-year-old.
And yesterday he waved for the first time because he's not been able to wave.
No.
And he waved yesterday, and that was like massively emotional for me because I didn't ever think he'd be able to do that. Our advice to people doing CIMT would be keep an open mind, believe in yourself and believe in the child that they can do it, and there will be a massive difference. And just positive reinforcements all the time, and go for it, because we were nervous of doing it at first, and you think, oh my gosh, you're putting their other arm into a cast, but it does work. It is worth it.
It's surprising, but it does.
I do think if the relationship that Harry's built with Nikki has added into his progress, because he's built such a good rapport with Nikki, and the confidence that Nikki's shown him, I think he's flourished more.
It has.
And then
If the team's not right behind the child's development, then they may struggle. And you don't want to regret in 10 years' time not having done it. You never want that as a parent. So give them the opportunity, give it a go, and don't be worried about any of it.